Oh, there we go. Now I can talk. What's happening, everybody? Happy Thursday. All these ladies. Tara, look at that sunshine in that car right there, girl, with that shaka. What's up, Max Seeley? Good to see you, my friend. What's up, brother? How you doing? Hi, Vanita. Is it Brady? Brady McFeeder. Brady, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Good.
Shireen Duncan, my unicorn. What's up, my dear? Yes. Where's she at? Hold on, guys. I'm here. Yes, we are all in the meeting. You click the right one. There we go. How's everybody doing today? What's
Excellent.
up, Rawson?
Dude, things are
Sasha,
good. Listen,
how are
man,
you?
if you keep it up with this playlist, man, we're gonna start putting you as a senior vibe officer. All right. Just always here hitting with the playlist, baby. I love it. Oh, we lost you. Did we lose you?
What's that again, Ross?
Nope.
For some reason.
It's a little glitchy on my end. No worries. No worries. It's
trying
like we're past the 8-second joke mark.
There we go. There we go. Is it better now?
Here I am.
It's better now, yeah? There we go. Hi, Leah. Let's see here. Instructions. Copy link. It's right here. Awesome. There's Amy. Look at it. Awesome. I just sent you the link, Amy.
I know. I
Just
was
say
in
the
here.
link.
There was 2 Google links. I guess I was in a room by myself. I was like, this can't be right.
This can't be right. Can't be in the room by yourself. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. What's up, Eric Magnuson? Hey. Everybody's kicking on here, coming in. Love it, love it, love it. Good to see everybody. Hi, Sam Bentley. Team California, Team Agency / Hawaii. That's what she is. What were you saying, Ross? I didn't catch that.
I was calling you senior vibe officer because you always just come in with the beginning waves. All right. That's your new nickname.
I got it, man. I got to bring that music. Got to bring that energy to the meeting, man, in the beginning. Because everybody comes sleeping sometimes, bro. Sleeping.
Nothing but respect, brother. Nothing but respect.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. All right. Tell me something good, everybody. Somebody's got something good. Leah, you got a smile on your face. And that something's good. Something's good. Tell me something amazing, exciting. Go for it, Sasha.
Cancun. I'm going to Cancun on Saturday.
What? That's why you're excited. But understand, as soon as you're going to Cancun on Saturday, business is going to double for you. So get ready for that.
Crazy.
I love it.
Crazy.
Good for you. Good for you. You should be excited. Well deserved. Good for you. Sasha, go for it. What do you got?
So yesterday I closed on a property, and it was also my last transaction for my mentorship program, and it landed on the first day of my next year. So I'm so happy because I'm starting my next year off with like a transaction and closing mentorship, and it was the biggest one I did. So I'm like super excited about that.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Good job for you, Sasha. Now you're off and running to the races, my dear. You got this.
Yeah, 80% now, man.
Cool boat. It's all you, girl. I love it. Keep going. Not stop. I love it. Congratulations. Jen Ramoldi, go for it.
So I'm pretty excited. So I just did the switch a couple of weeks ago, and I just got my first EXP under contract, and it's going to make up about a quarter of my cap rate. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Heck yeah. Congratulations. Love that. What great energy. Congratulations, by the way. That's amazing. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. And just FYI, if you need help, let me know. Some other stuff you need for onboarding. And actually, for the Google Classroom stuff, let's connect. I can show you that later on, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
Awesome. All right, Brandy, Go for it, my dear. I think you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Got you now.
All right, sorry, I'm driving. I am going to give keys to a wonderful family. That's what I'm doing right now. And then I'm meeting the great and powerful Shireen to try to convince a giant marketing executive team from Oregon to join my team. So I'm excited for today.
I love it. I'm glad you got that because guess what? We have the queen on the call today, Amy Weaver, who's all about those big organizations, which she's the one to talk to help things smooth over all of that stuff. It's funny, Amy, I'm glad I got you because I'm actually right now too in Florida, independent brokerage of 50 agents that I need to talk to you about as well.
Awesome.
So I'm glad you're on the call today. So Brandy, congratulations. That's exciting. And you have, you're in good hands with Shireen the unicorn over there.
100%.
Got you.
Yeah, 100%. I love her to pieces.
Oh God, that girl, I can only put a picture of Shireen on my wall. Tell her she's changed my life. She's like that great holy grace to me. I love her to death. I'll do anything for her. Awesome. Congratulations. Good job, Brandy. What's up, Joe Magnuson? Courtney, Libby Lump, Bo Benjamin. What's up, Big Bo? How you doing, buddy? Awesome. Raquel. All right, everybody. Anybody else got some good news they want to share? Maxwell, you look so good, Max, with that baby right there, buddy. That fatherhood fits you just right, buddy. I love it.
Oh, she's perfect.
Oh, look at that. How old now? How was
5 weeks.
5 weeks? Oh,
Yeah.
all right. All right. Hey, careful when you blink your eyes, they'll be 13. The next thing you know, they'll be 16. Oh, it goes by so fast. Congratulations, my friend. Awesome. All right. Anybody else got some good news they want to share before I move on? Everybody looks perplexed. All right. Hey, over here, it's raining again. God knows why. I don't know why, but we just can't get rid of winter for some god-awful reason. It wants to stick around. I actually had to go run this morning in rain again and put my rain jacket back on. Not fun, but whatever. Shoot, I'm at 44 days for me in the 75 hard program. So I literally have about over halfway done. But my legs are ready to fall off. I think I need to buy some new ones. And I might need a wheelchair by the end of this program because I can no longer walk anymore. It's killing me. But nonetheless, it's happening, man. I'm not quitting this race. So I'm excited for this. But anyways, that's where I'm at. Awesome. All right. So we're going to move on then. And we have the amazing opportunity to plug in today with Amy Weaver. For those who don't know who Amy Weaver is, by the way, she's the vice president of growth at EXP. She is the one that gets shit done, in a nice way of saying it. So if you want things fixed, done, worked on, this is the gal you need to talk to right here, by the way, and become very good friends with Amy Weaver. If you have big brokerages that are coming on, I think you're part of the broker, that BIC, right? Is Amy, what do you guys have over there?
Yes. Yeah. So I work with them closely. They're part of my team. So yes, if you have independent brokerages that are wanting to look at EXP or teams, I work with larger teams, 5 or more, and you would contact me. I have a scheduler. We get on the Calendly. We talk about, what is going on with your particular prospect. And then if there's a financial analysis needed, we do that. We get into a call and look at where they are, what they would look like at EXP. And that's it. We have a whole team of people that are here just for you to make sure that they get the best service, that we dot all our I's, cross all our T's. And so, that's the biggest part of my job, is helping you guys get your people across the finish line. So yes.
I love it. So if you wouldn't mind and kind of sharing, I mean, you gave us a cliff note version of what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Maybe you got to kind of expand a little bit more on that, like your journey. How did you become vice president? I mean, I remember when you first came to EXP, you were not the VP at that point, right? I think you came in at a different spot. And
I was a VP. So, but yes, we'll go through the journey. So I was there were 3 VPs. So there were 3 of us, one for West, one for Central, and one for East. And I was hired as the Eastern region vice president. And then quickly we became 2. And so then I was east of the Mississippi, and Sean Murphy was west of the Mississippi. And then what we realized is that Sean and I are very different. We have different personalities, which is a great thing because then, you know, your prospects do as well. So some of them might identify more and work better with Sean, and then some might work better with me. So we didn't want to divide the country that way. It's like, you know, if you have someone that you think will, you know, just kind of resonate more with me, then you set an appointment with me, and obviously vice versa. And we don't get our feelings hurt over that. Like, it's just, you know, we're just people relate differently to, you know, different styles. And so that's fine. And we both are plenty busy. So we've even traded. Sean's called me before and he's like, hey, I think this brokerage will work better with you, or this team, and the same for me. But yeah, the journey here was unexpected, to be honest with you. I was with KW for 8 years. I got into real estate in 2013, intended for it to be a hobby, really just something I did on a very part-time basis, because my husband was traveling everywhere, and I was I'm a physical therapist, but I had pretty much been a stay-at-home mom for a while. Have a lot of energy. So when they both were back in school, I decided to try real estate, because we just built a house, and you know, it was like HGTV for me, and I was like, this will be fun. Obviously, that's not what it is. So a couple of things happened along the way where my husband actually lost his job a couple of times, and so what went from being a hobby with my husband having a very secure career, it went from like, oh, I better figure out what I'm doing here. Didn't want to go back to being a PT, so I dove all the way in. And I became a top agent at KW, grew a team, and then I got tapped to be on the growth committee at KW for the Associate Leadership Council, and realized that I kind of had a knack for attraction. And so with that being said, I ended up doing most of the attraction at my market center. And then I got tapped to be the assistant team leader, and then the team leader. And when I left KW, I started to get approached by EXP agents to join. And I was like one of those that I hated EXP. You know, they were very much infiltrated into the Charlotte market, which is where I'm from, Charlotte, North Carolina. And they were everywhere. And I was constantly battling EXP with my agents, because obviously, you know, they saw the power of EXP and the beauty of the model. So I had my conditioned thinking on about EXP, and until I sat down with Rich Tomasini. I don't know if you guys know him or not, but I sat down with him and really listened to what EXP was, and I got it. Like, I got it, and it was in a way I had never really heard the model explained before, and without me being biased and like kind of closed off. So I got it. My head was there. It took a little while for my heart to get there. But I came over. It's just been a little over 2 years. So yeah, so Rich called me one day and he's like, hey, Amy, he's like, they're looking for a vice president at EXP. He's like, I already talked to Dave Kennord. He's like, you know, he's looked at you on Facebook. He thinks you'd be perfect. And I was like, what? I was like, no. I was like, I'm not qualified for that role. He's like, no, really, you are. Like, I want you to interview. So I did. And then that's what led to here. So it's been amazing. You guys are like the best agents in the world. So smart. Like, everyone understands business at such a high level. I felt like I came from being in a very sheltered environment to like, the world is my oyster. And so I've learned so much in the last 2 years. So, you know, I came in to lead, and I've been getting led as well. So my leadership skills have grown tremendously. It's just been such a blessing. And so, yes, I'm super happy to be here.
I love it. What a great journey. It's interesting though, like, you know, coming from Keller Williams, I myself was a team leader for 3.5 years in Sacramento. So I get that. It's a very challenging, most probably underappreciated, overworked role ever in that model. You couldn't pay me $1 million to play that role ever again.
No.
So kind of everybody that's on the call, they may not understand, like, you're vice president of growth. What is growth? Like, what is the growth? What is the initiative? What does it look like? What does it do for EXP? What does it do for everybody on this call? Where do they get a chance to plug in? And what does it even do for them? Right? Kind of thing. Like, they're probably thinking, what is this even about for me?
Yeah. So really, it is us really and truly supporting you guys and your growth efforts. So for you to grow your organization, you have someone at your beck and call. So it's not just me. I don't know if you guys know, but Dave retired again. But Michael Valdez is the chief chief growth officer. So he's over commercial, luxury, and we'll talk about luxury in a minute. And our growth group, which consisted of Dave, myself, Sean Murphy, Russ Lagan. If you haven't seen him on the Friday leadership calls, he's amazing. He's the Western Regional Director, and then Frank Panuto is the Eastern Regional Director. And then we have Susan McLean, who really helps you dive into your organization and see where they might need some assistance, where their production is, where they could use help, what you can put them into. But really, we are truly here to help you to grow your organization. So if you need us to speak at events, if you need us to jump on calls like this, if you're talking for Russ and Frank, like they help you with single agents, they can come to some of your events and talk attraction, talk production, whatever. And they do smaller teams. And then Sean and I are bigger teams and brokerages. So basically, it's like, we don't usually start, at the ground level. So if you get them to, you get you're a third party in there, they've had a couple of conversations about EXP and they're ready for that higher level conversation where we dive into the numbers, we're going to help you in getting them across the finish line. So we look at their financials, we look at the team structure or the structure that might work best for them. We give them a few options. We don't just say, hey, you're going to do this, or like, how would this is A, B, C, or D, what you can do, like which one seems like it might work for you and what your goals are. And so we really become like an extension of you and then help you, like I said, get that person across or that team across the finish line. And we help if there's transitions, assistance that's needed, as far as like, helping them come in a different way than what they might look like in a year. So if they need some kind of concession, then we look at that and see what makes sense. And then Sean or I approve that. So it's really and truly like being an extension of you and doing whatever we can to help get them across the finish line. Like I said, we have a whole team of people that are ready, willing, and able to jump in and help. I had all kinds, for some reason this week, it's super crazy. They're like, hey, Amy, I've got a brokerage of 60 coming in. Amy, I've got like a brokerage of 15 that's coming over. Can you get them in? They're ready right now. And so we try to be super, responsive. Like if you have an urgent situation where they're kind of ready to make the move, we get, urgency with us as well. And so we make it happen. So really just having that at your fingertips is just a tool that not many people really understand that they have. I spoke in Cabo last month, and was that last month? I think it actually was the end of March, but it's May now. The end of March, I spoke there and we got inundated because there were so many agents that didn't understand, like, oh, you help us with this. We thought we had to do it all by ourselves. So so it's it gets me busy when I'm on calls like this, but that's what we're here for. So it's exciting, and we love to help you guys do that. So
I love it. And so previously, I think Ashley Galladay used to be part of that group too, right?
Yeah, she's one of my really good friends.
Awesome.
I just was in Dallas at the Girls with Grit conference, and I told her, I was like, I need to see you. So we met for dinner. But yeah, she was my right hand girl for the financial analysis. She is still at EXP, but no longer on corporate staff. So we have Ryan Kay, who plugs everything into the spreadsheet. We have a meeting prior to meeting with your prospects and go over everything together, so that because I'm really more of the one that breaks down and analyzes like what he puts into the spreadsheet, so that we can see where they are, what would be most appropriate for them. We look at everything from, what their current splits are and, what they might need to do. We look at each agent's individual production and make a plan based on that. So we dive in pretty deep.
Yeah, definitely. Real quick, before Eric's got Eric and then Jen. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. Amy, this is great. I always thought, kind of Asian attraction in terms of reaching out to some of the superstars like Brent Gove, Chris Okamura, reaching out to Dylan to kind of be on calls with you. So I feel like this would be great in some circumstances where you have an organization coming over just to go direct from the source. So this is awesome. Thank you. So what would that look like? What does that contact point look like to kind of kick that off?
This is super important because Sean and I actually have a different style. He likes for you to email growth.team@exprealty.net. I like for you to come into my to the work chat. I have a right-hand girl for scheduling. So if you just come to me directly, what I usually say is like, hey, I'm going to start a group chat with myself and Katie Mazurkowicz. And Katie is the gatekeeper for my schedule and for my calendar. Like, she is involved in everything. And so she will start the process. And what that usually looks like is we have an intake form that we'll send you for you guys to fill out so we can get kind of the, you know, the genetic makeup of whoever you're wanting to bring over. And then from there, I have like a 15-minute initial conversation with you to kind of see, you know, where they are on a scale of 1 to 10, what their pain points might be, whatever we need to hit on in the conversation to make it more productive. Because we'd really like to get them, you know, if they're at a level 7, we really want to get them to a 10, but at least a 9. So that there's a very good, you know, we're moving the needle in a huge direction. So, so that initial call really helps me to pin down like the things that, you know, I need. Most of the time it's financials. Like, they're like, if the financials work, they're coming, you know, but sometimes they just need an ego stroke. Sometimes they want to, you know, talk about if there's a concession needed, you know, still kind of related to the financial. But yes, for me, it's work chat. And then if you can remember Katie Mazurkowicz, but if not, you can chat me directly and then I'll put her in it. Sometimes if I don't have time, if I'm in the middle of like 15 calls, I'm like, hey, send this chat, copy me and Katie Mazurkowicz, and then we go that way. So
perfect. Thank you.
That's my perfect method of getting in touch with me. You're welcome. And Brent is like texting me all the time, by the way, for you guys. So like, he was texting me. I had a lunch for a really good friend of mine in the Charlotte area that's also at EXP. So it ran over, so I'm in my car, and Brent was texting me the whole time. So he looks out for, are you in Brent's organization, Chris?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Okay. So he is like, you guys, like, biggest advocate. He's constantly advocating for all of his agents. And so this is another one that he's advocating for. So I'm trying to help fix something for someone. It's no problem. It's just a matter of me having a second or two to make the connections. So yes.
Awesome. Real quick, Jen, did you have Jennifer, did you have a question too, real quick? Yep, go for it.
No, that was an accident. Sorry.
Oh. So just FYI, I have used Amy a couple times. I mean, my brokerage, I have somebody, my independents in the Bay Area here that I have had. We started the process. They send over an intake form. You thought the hardest part, I feel like, is getting these guys to actually fill out their numbers. Like, I've sent it over to him. It's like, okay, good. And these aren't my guy. My buddy is not the guy who does this. He's like got a girl or somebody else, right? And it's like, yeah, I'm constantly on them. I'm constantly on to get these numbers. And it's like, they're not doing it. So it's like, you hound them to get the numbers together, obviously to get them over to you so you can analyze the numbers and then kind of go from that process. So that's kind of a challenge. Just FYI, you guys be working with these guys. These independents, when they got large independents, they're like, not like they have the numbers right there. They're like, have to send it to somebody else and somebody's working on the numbers. It can take time.
If that does happen, what I would suggest, if they're ready to jump on a call, is we just have like a generic call. It wouldn't be like per agent. So, but if we can hook them, then they're going to be much more likely to get that admin or someone like, hey, just plug these numbers in. And usually it's not themselves that are doing it. They have like a director of operations or an admin that's going to, you know, stick the numbers in. But if for some reason, you know, that's delaying or putting up a roadblock for us talking to them, like, let's just forego that and just get them into like a general conversation.
I love that. So what I'm gonna do then is he's down here in Sacramento this week for our legislative week for our CAR, and we're supposed to meet on Wednesday. I'm gonna tell him that, like, dude, we're just gonna jump on a call with Amy.
Yeah,
so
just jump on a call.
Yeah, I might schedule that. It's like, you know what, just stop with the numbers. Like, we tried that already. We've been delaying that, procrastinating for months.
Yeah.
Also, I'll thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna talk to him on Wednesday, and I'll probably book a call with you on work chat.
That'd be great, because I never want that to like keep us from having the appointment. And I understand that, because I'm that kind of, I don't like the detail stuff either. So I'd have to have somebody. That's why I said, don't like, just also like don't Facebook message me or Instagram message me or all that. Because really where my work is I know if I'm in workplace chat, then that's where I'm working, and I'm constantly checking that to make sure I'm on top of it. But yes, as far as like, you know, as agents, and we're running at a super high level where it's hard to you know, stop and do something like that. So I don't want that to keep us from getting them over. So yes, I'm happy that we talked about that.
It's always been a delay. And every time we get together, in fact, it's like every 3 or 4 months we get together and get a phone call. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I still haven't got those numbers yet, man. I'm getting those numbers. I'm like, but everything in his life has been popping up, right? Personal issues, business issues, and like at this point, he's not going to get the numbers there. So I think it'd be best for us just to call. And he's actually got 3 business partners. So there's 4 of them, actually, 4 of them that are business partners in this brokerage. So I may have to do like 4 of them if it's, if they can all get on a Zoom call, maybe all 4 of them with you guys.
That's great. Yep. Whatever we need to do. That sounds awesome.
So this is a powerful tool, you guys. I mean, you're thinking about if you're having these conversations with independents. So maybe if you can give some insight to everybody on some dialogue. I think people always wonder, like, what should I be saying to an independent? I don't know if this is your wheelhouse or if this is your arena. But
I mean, it is. And yeah, I'm not the one that's actually hooking them. Right. So I'm the one that gets them. But yes, it used to be at KW. And I got to be honest with you, it was really hard to get an appointment with them. But really, I think what it is, what is their succession plan? Like, do they need some time back in their life? Because that's where we see the power of EXP. These brokerage owners they're exhausted. They're everything to everyone. They never have the time to really pour into their passion. A lot of times they're upside down with their financials. They're struggling just to, stay ahead, and they're losing agents constantly to EXP because they're not scalable. They can't provide the up-to-date technology. They can't provide the different streams of income. So they're constantly losing and battling attrition. So if they could jump off the hamster wheel and have all of that stuff taken, they don't have to worry about compliance. They don't have to worry about hiring a broker. They don't have to worry about recruiting anymore. I mean, they can if they want to, but then if they go into, your organization, they're going to have a ton of people that are willing to do that for them. I can't tell you how many times I've been approached by a local independent broker here in Charlotte, and he's like, I want to hire you to be my recruiter. And I'm like, dude, if you come over to EXP, like, you don't have to hire me. Like, I will do that for you all day long. You don't have to pay me a salary. So they can eliminate so many things off of their P&L and really have a succession plan and something that is generational wealth. And obviously you guys all know this, and then the liability that that they have over them when they are the broker owner. So all those things, like if you can really figure out where their pain point is, a lot of times it's ego, that they have to overcome the ego thing, but they really are a brokerage within a brokerage. Even though we don't call it a brokerage anymore, we usually make them a team. But if you can hit their pain point and really overcome that objection, then you're good. So, but most of the time they are worn out, tired, and can't see the light of day, and they can never take a day off. So, yeah.
So interesting you say that, because I actually had a call yesterday with a guy who just started his brokerage, a young guy. He's probably 27, 28 when he got his broker's license. And I was just listening to him talk, right? And he's like, said, man, if I would have known you were EXP, I probably wouldn't even had this conversation with you. Because we were actually having a good dialogue for about a good 30, 45 minutes, right? And at the end, he's like, wait, did you say you were EXP? Oh, man. He totally changed his attitude, right? He's like, if I'd have known that, I probably wouldn't have spent the last 40 minutes talking to him. Like, why? Like, I'm just truly trying to, get some insight on you. And we went down a complete dialogue and a rabbit hole about, and I honestly, like, I had my own company before. I ran Keller Williams. I get it. He's so new with this. His ideas are honestly not going to go very far, but I think he needs to figure that out himself, kind of self-discovery on it. And he's like, well, just stay in touch with me now every 3 months and let's see where I'm at. I'm like, cool. All right. Because, I know where he's going to go, but I don't think he knows where yet he's going to go. So it's interesting. You got to let them kind of fumble sometimes and let them go through those pains before they Yeah,
you do. I mean, you can equate it to anything. Like, you have clients that, there's buyers out there. They're like, yeah, the market's shifting. I want to offer like $100,000 less. And you got to let them lose a couple of times before they're like, okay, I know what I need to do. So yes, the same thing as for them. Like, sometimes they need to feel the pain of it. They need to get tired. And I mean, there is like, it's rewarding to have, your name on it. Not that they still couldn't, but, on a building, and you're like, this is mine and I built this. And once they understand, like, they can still have all that autonomy here at EXP, but like be able to actually live a life like it and have some time back in their life, then and more money usually. So, yeah.
So I don't know if this is a touchy subject, but you mentioned the word earlier, concessions.
Yeah.
And I know that's kind of a really I mean, I don't know, it can go different directions, right? And I don't want to say anything, because I know sometimes you say something and it's like, oh, we can do that. No, we really can't. That's a a possibility or a potential, but what would be some of the concessions if you were able to talk about some of them that would be potential for coming over?
Sure. So we look at everyone individually on an individual basis, but some of the things that we might be able to do is waive everyone's join fee. Sometimes there's like cap deferments for a certain amount of time. There's all kinds of different things. Like sometimes, but I would never like promise anyone any of this because it really does depend on like when we break down the financials and see. And plus, sometimes it hurts them rather than help them. Just like if you have an icon agent, they're like, I want to be on a cap deferment for a year. And you're like, but do you really? So, because there's also transaction fees. And if they're on a cap deferment, they're still going to get a 200. So if you add all those up and they're going to basically hit their cap, then why would you do that? And they can, earn stock back. So, so it's really like sometimes we might share a portion of revenue share back with them. So different things that we can do, but it's very customized and individual to that agent. So, but I would definitely not recommend like saying going in and leading with that, because if you can get them to us and then we review it and look at it, and if that makes sense, then they're going to be so much even more excited. But when you over promise and under deliver, then that's never good. So you guys know that too, though. So.
Yeah, totally. Then they start to feel like a bait switch, and like you kind of pull the wool over my eyes just to get me over here, and now it's not even happening. So
yeah.
And so in order to get that process started, obviously, like you said, I wouldn't lead with that, but I would make it as like, guess what? We'll have this conversation and we put them in touch with you, and then you kind of take that reign and let them happen, right?
You can say, we can see, they're going to look at your numbers, they're going to look at your situation, how many agents are bringing over, and they might be able to, have soften that transition pain for you. So let's just get on the call and see what they're able to do. Like I have no idea, but I know that they can probably do something to help. So I would say that for sure. Most of the time we do something to help.
Totally. And so would it be wise then to, like, if we are working on an independent, like the broker, and maybe like put the broker in the call with you too, then be like beforehand? Or do we have to go through the whole process, show them the numbers first, or even have that conversation? Is it too premature to say to jump in that, like have that upfront? Well, here's something maybe we might be able to do, but you need to see all their stuff first, right?
It would make more sense to kind of see their stuff first, so that we can. I wouldn't mind saying, hey, you've got 10 agents, you're influential. Of course, we'll waive your join fees at a minimum. Let's look at your numbers and see if there's anything else that we can do to, help you, go ahead and make the decision now or whatever it is. So, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Love it. Who's got any more questions for Amy? Now's the time. You got it right here on the call. If you have any issues with brokerage independence, understanding how to get over the power you have now, like you have the power of this amazing team behind you to help you with all the things that you may feel are a little bit insecure in your wheelhouse. This is what they're for. So anybody have any kind of questions at all? Any feedback? Sharina, somebody wait. Oh, Vanita does. Go ahead, Vanita.
Oh, hi, Amy. Good morning. I just want to ask you, typically, how does it work? Let's imagine somebody's coming with 10 agents. And do you have the person who is the owner be the level one? And then how do you structure things? It's just a question for me to know.
Yeah. So again, it's going to depend on that particular brokerage or team. A lot of times, if it's a broker owner, then everyone can go under them as a level one, which is, great. But if sometimes there's brokers, you're like, well, so-and-so has been really helpful in helping me. They brought this agent over in this one. So I really want to honor that. So then they might go under them. But, typically the bulk of them usually go under. So the broker owner, if you're the sponsor, then the broker owner would go under you. And then the agents would go under the broker owner or the team lead. So, yeah. But there's sometimes where, there's sometimes husbands and wives, and sometimes partners, and then you can get a little bit more strategic on what you do. But just in general, then the broker owner or team lead would go under you, and then most everyone would go under that person.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Awesome. Shereen, go for it, my dear.
Hey, Amy, thanks for coming on today. This is awesome having you here. I just have a really quick question, and that is, I'm right now working with a brokerage in South Africa, and I just they went to the broker in South Africa, Andrew, who said, oh, you can't come over as a team, which of course I know you can have a team. I have a team. So I probably will reach out and maybe get a little help from you on this brokerage that is like ready to come over but needs help. So can you help and outside of the US? That was my question.
So I'm not the best person for that, just because of what you said, like it's so different. However, I work really closely with Michael Valdez and Megan Kelly. I don't know if you've talked to Megan Kelly at all, but she is my go-to whenever I have questions, outside of the US. So yeah, I'm certainly happy to help connect you and to lead the way. I do a lot of that, but as far as like helping with that particular, I'm not your girl. I would love to be, but there's someone better than me. So, but I can help.
Okay.
I can help connect you with the people. So yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'll reach out for that connect. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yep. You're welcome.
Yeah, you can always plug into Amy literally in work chat. I have messaged Amy in work chat, and usually within a half hour, she's always responding to something. And if worst case, at least 24 hours, because I know she's busy, she will always respond back to you guys. Like, trust me, on work chat, she will.
Yeah, and if for some reason I don't, it's going to be unusual. So just don't ever mind pinging me again. But that's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, and usually before I go to bed. I do give myself a cushion of time, in the evenings to spend with my family where I'm not constantly looking. But if for some reason I don't ever mind pinging me again, because it's just been an oversight. Like I might have looked at it while I was in a call and I shouldn't have, and it got marked as read. So yes, but I like to be super responsive to you guys. Yes.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the questions is there any insight on potential future pacing for growth and initiatives to come in for EXP? Is there any like that you can let some stuff out of the bag if there's anything at all? Like what's on the horizon for us on growth wise? Can you share any of that stuff or no? It's kind of.
Well, I mean, we're always, I will say, Glenn's back as CEO. And so we're always looking at ways to continue the exponential growth that we're a part of right now. I mean, just in general across all real estate, there's an attrition. So our net growth might not be as high right now, but we're still bringing over a ton of brokerages, independent agents, and teams. So we've started the luxury division, and that's huge. And so we're starting to see a lot of boutique, luxury boutique brokerages coming over, and Compass agents and Sotheby's, and the whole gamut with that. Our luxury platform, I believe, is going to be the best around. We have our luxury advisory council is made up of the best luxury agents, and their vision is incredible. And we've partnered with a third-party vendor that we're just going to have excellent community, excellent resources. And so super excited about where we're going for luxury. And I think that's just going to open up the door for a lot, because it's just going to help put us in a different light. So I think we're going to start to be attractive to more of those higher end luxury agents. So there's that. And then it looks like we probably are going to start to do a lot more with AI, and I don't know what that means, but I just know I've been tasked to research and do some stuff with AI. And so just be listening for that. It's probably going to change all of our worlds. So
yeah.
It's going
to be really interesting.
Yeah.
The luxury part, what is we were for a long time, I think we were kind of behind the 8 ball with the luxury side of the business for EXP. And now you say you're seeing a lot more of it progressively moving that direction. What are the enhancements or benefits now? I think that people on the call, what would be for a luxury team that would see that you would say that would be an appealing piece to them to come in with EXP now as being the best, like you said, the best in the luxury space right now.
Yeah. So I got appointed as if I didn't have enough jobs already, but I'm the head of the luxury division right now. And it was announced, the luxury division was announced that we launched it at EXPCon last year. And so we're about 6-7 months into it. And it was a heavy lift. Like there's a lot of moving pieces in the background as far as like, technology and legal stuff, ICA addendums, accounting, privacy issues. And so, but we're finally seeing it all come together. We have monthly masterminds. We actually have 2 a month, one that's internal for our luxury members, and then a public facing one once a month. We've partnered with a third-party vendor who is helping with the luxury content. They have the listing syndication that's global, so the exposure when you go in for a listing appointment, the digital listing presentation that you have, and being able to tell them how they're going to get global exposure with their listing has helped our agents already win listings against Compass and so it's inclusive of your membership fee. Usually that's about $800 to $1,000 a pop. You get 10 all at once, like active listings that you can put into the multiple listing service that we're using for luxury. And then if one goes inactive or goes closed or whatever, then you can add another one. So that in itself is saving our big luxury agents like some money, like tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And then the cross referrals with EXP agents that are in luxury is incredible. Like I'm kind of the mediator for that too. They're like, hey, Amy, do you know somebody in Hilton Head? Do you know someone in Chicago that's luxury? Do you know? And so I've been connecting and they've been giving each other referrals. We're creating a really tight knit community that shares. We're leveling up. We're sharing marketing ideas, like everything that you can think of. And so we're having our first luxury event at shareholders in a couple of weeks, and I'm super excited about that. So we really just want to build a luxury community where we share, collaborate, and help each other just have more business. So it's exciting.
Yeah, this is a new thing for those. So I think people are always trying to tap into the luxury market. I think it's ideally what's this thing that people want to do, but most might not even know how to get into it. And now, do you have to pay to be in the luxury group, correct? Or apply?
You do. It's $2,500 annually. And that has helped us, to have these great tools that we have. And it's Lux VT is who we've partnered with, in case you guys know it. We also have a vendor, Luxury Presence is with us as well. We have Follow Up Boss. We give credits for that. Success Magazine credits, Success Coaching for luxury. So we've got all these different partnerships with these other luxury vendors, and it's just incredible. Pete Middleton, Ed Kaminsky, Tina Call, Jana Caudill, and Janie Coffey have all helped set the vision. They were super picky about the branding, the logo, making sure everything was minimalistic, modern, and just super luxury. So the branding in itself is beautiful. Like we've done, I feel like, and I just was there to oversee it, but they've done a great job as far as luxury goes. So I think that if you guys have luxury agents that you talk to, or if you want to be a part of it, then it's incredible. I think it's a huge opportunity.
Okay. So if somebody is talking to somebody potentially that is a luxury level agent, who would they contact as somebody that potentially could work? I have a third party call with them. Would it be you, or who would you?
I've had lots of calls. I have done that, and it's super helpful. Janie Coffey is also one of my go-tos. She just seems to, like, they're all great. Like all the people that I just named are amazing. She just seems to, she was the vice president of Sotheby's for a little while. And so she has just a way of talking and explaining things that seems to really resonate with luxury agents. And she just, she understands the tools and how to use them. So she's fantastic. And then the staff of Lux VT themselves, obviously they can understand the tools at a really high level and how they're going to use them to grab more business. So different ways, but you can connect with me, and I can be the connector, or I can do the initial conversation. I've done a lot of initial conversations. It's like, hey, I have a very high level overview of this. I'm not in production, so I'm not using the tools. So I'd love for you to now go and talk to Janie or talk to Pete and see like what they're doing specifically to earn more business by being luxury. So
a good starting point would be you, and then obviously refer off to somebody else that would be able to leverage it. Awesome. Yes. So there's a luxury piece you guys can tap into too. Like all these different variables you have access to at this point now. I don't know if you knew this now. Now you know. There's a lot of help here. So there's no real excuse anymore of like, God, I don't know how to do all this. Well, here we go. This is here why he's amazing, right? We all here to help design. Awesome. Well, any more questions you have for Amy while we got her on the call? I mean, there's lots of stuff here, but hopefully you guys got some input on what the growth team does and helps grow your business and the way they facilitate you and supporting you whatever you're trying to do, whether it's an independent brokerage, an individual agent, a luxury team. This covers all areas. Yeah. So yeah, we good? Everybody, have you saturated her yet? Anybody got any more questions? You good? I think you covered it all.
I'm glad. Well, it's been good. I've been sitting in my car. I've been a little bit blinded by the sun, so if my eyes are kind of funny, that's why. But yes, you guys have been awesome, and I hope to see you in some of my growth Zoom calls. So that also, if you guys are not in the influencer calls, you should get into those. We have the builders, which is actually on Tuesday, 1 o'clock Eastern, so 10 o'clock Pacific. The leaders Wednesday, same time, and then we have the beta calls same time on Thursdays. So if you're just getting started, then you're going to want to get into the builder call. If you have 10 or more frontline agents, then you'll be in the leaders call, and then betas is 200 plus and 15 FLQAs. So we're here to help you grow. Frank and Russ run the builders and the leaders. They're amazing. They're getting more attendance and having contests within there, and those guys are growing their business. So you should try to plug into that and be a part of it.
Oh, they're awesome. Vanina, you had a question real quick. Thank you for sharing that, Amy, by the way. Yes.
Yeah.
Amy, so what are the links for those meetings? Where do we find that?
So if you go onto the workplace groups and look up leaders influencer calls or builder influencer calls, then you can ask to join, and they post the links every week.
Okay, great. And then also you talked about in the luxury division about a public facing once a month. Is that for everyone?
It is. So what you can do is go into the luxury information group and join that, and they'll be posting the links of how to get in. There's one at the end of the month. So that one's usually more educational, like how to get started in luxury, or, how to break into luxury, different things, what the luxury program's all about, the benefits of being in it. So end of the month, but the luxury information group, if you're not a part of luxury, there's a private one just for the luxury members, but they'll have the links for that, and they usually run live in there as well.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Well, and to plug in with people like Amy, you go to these events like EXP Shareholders, EXP Con. I don't know if you're going to go to Build. She was obviously just at Cabo. So she's all over the place with every one of these events. And don't be shy. If you see her, walk up, introduce, say hi. She's more than open to having a conversation with you guys and having a chat. She's busy, but she definitely will take time. So amazing. Amy, thank you so much for taking time in your car to sit with us and do this meeting for us today.
You're so welcome. It's my pleasure.
Absolutely. So you guys realize that EXP is extremely powerful, but look at the people like Amy that come on the call and spend time with you guys. So awesome. Thank you again.
Thanks, guys.
See you soon. And anything else you guys look forward to seeing you guys Thursday again as our EXP Explained, by the way, again. So everything 8, 11, and 2. So if you want to learn more about the model, I do that every Thursday. But I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Y'all have an amazing week. Love y'all. Be well.